Oh man, I have been sick as a dog for the past week and it sucks. And I haven't driven any of the cars for the past week, which is kind of odd. For those of you guys who know me well, you guys know I'm either driving one of these every day, but I don't like to let the Subaru sit for very long because it is on E85. We are on a high ethanol content. I don't know, maybe it's a myth that you shouldn't let E85 sit for very long, but I don't know, I like to do it anyways. I like driving this car, I really do. The car is running absolutely fantastic, no complaints whatsoever. There you go, it just starts right up. Come on. There you go. I think we're about 81% or 80% ethanol, which is actually pretty good for the station that I go to here in Washington State, which is at the Joint Base Lewis McChord Army Base. There you go, we're at 82%, which is actually not that bad. So with that said, I missed out on the track day today. I'm really bummed out because I'm not 100% yet, I'm about 65%. Yes, I know, dash cam. So maybe the next track day I'll go to, if we have any other track days, usually around November, December, January, February, there is really nothing performance related going on in our area, only because the weather sucks, as you can see on the windshield. Nothing but rain today and this whole entire weekend on my days off, but we will see. I promise you guys, you know, earlier in the year that I wanted to take a show more on the road, do more events, and you know, it's really kind of hard, especially, you know, with the whole pandemic thing going on and with the winter time and the fall now with the weather, but you guys know how it is. I'm gonna do what I can, but sorry I haven't been filming much. I just haven't picked up the camera at all because of my little sinus infection headache. It just sucked. Like I said, it's not COVID, and I just don't want to go to a track day and be with all the rest of the boys and get them sick. So it is what it is. Let the car warm up. Hopefully there's no critters. One time I opened up my hood one time, actually not on this car, but on the WRX, there was literally a raccoon sitting in here, and then it just ran off under the car and disappeared. Oh, there it goes, it's smoking. But you know, I'm at a dilemma right here, like what direction should I go? I don't know if I want to spend all the money to get this where I want it to be as far as horsepower wise. It's going to take a lot of money. You know, is 600-700 wheel horsepower enough? I don't know. We will see, because it's going to take a lot of money, you know, different parts, maybe in a bigger turbo, you know, maybe in a whole new engine block probably. Would you guys be happy with 600 or 700 wheel horsepower? Comment down in the description below. As far as a Supra, I'm still waiting on some stuff for that, the flex fuel kit, and we will be tuning with Mikey Body as far as a Supra goes. So once that's done, we should be able to hit 10s all day, because one, it's an automatic. This car is very, very consistent, so we will see about that. So once this is tuned, you know, with just a few mods, it's pretty much gonna be as fast as this one.
Now, since the STI was sitting for over a week on E85, I just wanted to take the STI out for a nice quick drive around town and get the juices flowing. We're just gonna run low to medium boost this time, which is about 20 to 28 PSI. Depending on if I'm running on intelligent mode or sport sharp. So no real reason other than pure fun to run at higher boost levels, as we're just going for a stroll around town. So right now I have SI drive set to intelligent mode, which is around 20 PSI. Sport mode is around 28 PSI, and sport sharp is around 32 to 34 PSI.
Oh god, this thing pops so loud. Hell yeah. So just a couple of runs there for you. At low boost, we're only running 28 PSI, which is more than enough on the street, to be honest with you. No knock, we're at about 81% ethanol. Car's running like a champ. It's running fantastic. No complaints whatsoever. Hell yeah. All right, we're just gonna go over to the dock to get some cinematics. I haven't done that in a while in the STI, but I will say, you know, 600 wheel horsepower is cool and everything, but I will admit, just like with any horsepower number, you're gonna get used to it real fast. But I will say, on top of that, that even at 400 wheel, these cars are decently fast. I mean, if I put it on intelligent mode, which I will right now, I don't know if you guys heard that, intelligent mode makes around 400 something wheel horsepower, and it's still decently fast. I mean, it's more than enough that you're gonna need on the street. So, which is cool, the SI drive. Let me put it on Sport Sharp. There you go, which is where I usually run it. Actually, I usually run it in Sport. That's where I usually run it because that's where it defaults to. But yeah, even intelligent mode is fine. We'll do a poll on intelligent mode. But when it comes to power, you know, 600 rear wheel horsepower is really not going to scare the shit out of you. But once you get to that 700, 800, 900 wheel horsepower mark, you know, that's when shit starts getting really squirrely. What the fuck are you doing, you motherfucker? Let's do intelligent mode. There you go. Intelligent mode. So what? 20 PSI? Still decently fast. I mean, this 400 wheel definitely doesn't pull as hard as like 28 PSI, but still decently fast. More than you're gonna need on the street. Yeah, we're 20 PSI there. 22 PSI to be exact. Okay guys, so over the past couple of weeks, I've gotten a lot of messages and a lot of DMs on how I get those cool following shots where it looks like a drone is following the car, kind of like you're playing Forza, which is a pretty cool shot in my opinion. Man, someone down there is blazing it up and it's not me. It smells really, really strong. Well, whoever it is, enjoy. Well, I'm gonna show you guys the exact setup that I use. Not only that, I'll post down all the links down in the description below so that you guys can purchase everything that you're gonna need to help get set up, to get all the amazing shots that I get using this camera setup. So without further ado, this is the camera mount that I use. Now this is made by Fat Gecko. It's around $100 or so. Now I had no issues at all using this camera mount. I had this placed on the back of the Supra at the roll racing event where we had the car at over 130 miles an hour. This thing did not skip a beat. We did around 15 runs or so. I don't know the exact number. And I'm telling you, this thing is on there solid. You can actually shake the whole entire car with this. So I'm telling you guys, definitely worth the price. There are better mounts out there, but this is something that I recommend because the camera that I'm using is really small and very light. But there is that. Like I said, link down in the description below. There you go. It's made by Delkin, I think. Made by Delkin. It's called the Fat Gecko or something like that. Also, now these are the extension poles that I use. These are around 20 or 25 bucks. I have two of them. Now you only need one of them. Now the reason why I like these extension poles, these actually telescope really far out there. Actually, this is full max extension. You can see it goes out really far. Now, when I have my camera set up, I only have it set up halfway. Only one extended all the way, not both of them extended. So that's pretty much all you are going to need. Now, the cool thing about this extension pole with the camera that I use, now it automatically crops out this pole. This is the reason why you do not see this pole. You guys don't have to do anything in the software. It automatically does it, which is pretty cool. So 25 bucks or so for these two poles. Like I said, I recommend two, but one we will do. Now, the camera that I'm using is the Insta360 ONE X2. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys, this camera is not cheap. This is around $400 for this camera. Now, with this camera, it's pretty cool, 360. As you can see, it captures everything around. It's pretty cool. The stitching is actually awesome. You don't actually see the stitch lines on it, but the battery lasts about 3 or 4 hours. One thing I regret not buying is extra batteries. I do have them on order. It lasted me about 3 or 4 hours at that event, so keep that in mind if you are interested in purchasing this camera to get extra batteries. One thing, this also has a camera stabilization, and it's also waterproof. I actually dunked this in water, so it's kind of like a 360 GoPro. Now, GoPro does make a 360 camera kind of like this, but it's a little bit bulkier and heavier, which is why I like this one better, because this thing is really, really light. But that is the camera setup I use to get those shots. I'm gonna set it up on the car to show you how this setup looks. It looks kind of funky, but I'm telling you, it works. All right, let's go ahead and get this set up. So this is all I do. It's pretty simple. It takes about, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes to set up. Now I'm gonna stick this onto the glass. You can also put this on the paint if you like, but I prefer to have it on the glass. But you just put it on there, get the position that you want, press this down, push that lever up there, and there you go. This thing is solid. Actually, I don't think this one's put down all the way. There you go. There you go. This thing is rock solid. You can see it move in the car. So there is that. Let me just show you guys the poles. Next thing I do, I just put the poles on there, just like that. All right, and the next thing I do, I just take my 360 camera and just twist this on there. You can put the camera on first, it doesn't really matter. And you just take that, make sure it's on, twist it on there, nice and tight. And there you go. It doesn't matter which direction the camera is facing, because it's a 360 camera, it's gonna capture everything around. Now you can take this and extend out the pole to however far you want it. Let's just go ahead and do that. So there it is. I know it looks kind of funky, but that's the way it looks when I have the camera set up. Now, this camera will shake around a little bit, but since it has stabilization, you're not gonna see all that movement, which is pretty cool. But that's just a quick down and dirty on how I get those cool following shots using a 360 camera. Like I said, links down in the description below. So we are now in a Supra, gonna enjoy some twisty roads, or kind of a little bit of twisty roads, and the sunset. But man, I absolutely love driving the Supra. I love this Supra a little bit more than I thought I would, but you know, as much crap as you guys give me for it, I absolutely love it. So just a quick update on the Supra. I will be getting a Supra tune, new tune. We'll be tuning on Ecutech with Mikey Body. Big shout out to Mikey Body for working with me on the tune. Really do appreciate it. Let's put this on manual mode and sport mode. There you go. Put the windows down. Enjoy the wonderful views. Yeah, once again, big shout out to Mikey Body for working with me on the Supra. We'll be tuning on Ecutech. We will also be adding a flex fuel kit. He actually tuned my previous WRX, which made around 360 wheel on a daily map, ran about a 12-second flat at 118 miles an hour. He also tunes STIs also. He's also known as STI Mikey on Instagram, so go ahead and check him out. But yeah, I'm excited for what the Supra has to come. Man, this thing's gonna be an absolute beast on the new tune. It's currently tuned on MHD, which is, you know, not as good as Ecutech is what you guys have been telling me, but man, I'm so excited for the new power. We should be around, I don't know, 500-600 wheels, somewhere around there on flex fuel and the new tune, because we are running an upgraded turbo on the Supra. And wow, I'm telling you, we ran the best of 11.3 at 122 or 123 at the quarter mile so we will see about that. Maybe we can trap 130 like we did in STI in the Supra, but we will see about that. I'm excited for the power that is to come with the Supra. Wow, with just a few mods, this thing is going to be pretty quick. But with that said, I know you guys aren't here for Supra content, as much crap as you guys giving me for having a Supra. I absolutely love it, like I said earlier. But anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. You guys are awesome. Stay awesome. We will talk to you guys later. Peace out, guys.